Hammers up, everyone! Towelliee here with a little Legion Alpha dungeon action. We are actually in Black Rook Hold, what seems to be a level 110 dungeon here, max level. Obviously, you can see the buff we have. We're actually scaled up to item level 810, and we have no durability loss. So right now, I'm sitting very pretty as a Death Knight here, with about 854,000 HP. Wait, no, hold on. Let's move a little bit forward. Ready check. This is a pretty cool ready check thing that happens here. Every time you hit like your ready check, it actually shows you like a little checkbox like that at the bottom. No, I'm actually 1.6 million HP, boys. 1.6 million HP. So Black Rook Hold. Don't know too much about the lore here. Mostly Ravencrest related. Illidan, I think the name is. Or is it like Ravencrest's daughter? I think isn't this like the guy who pretty much like tutored Illidan, I think? I really don't know the story. I'm totally clueless. Right now, like, Noble's, like, rolling over, you know, like, oh my god, Towelliee, stop talking. But I'm doing a Blood Death Knight right now. It's actually pretty exciting. I'm pretty sure I DC'd at this moment in the video. There's lots of moments in the video where I just, like, DC'd. That's because I'm usually... I'm getting what we call a clit error on my stream, but right now this actually wasn't from the live stream. I actually did this after stream, and I still got the error. So there I am. I came back, and we're still fighting mobs. So Blood Death Knight tanking is pretty straightforward. I'm still trying to get the hang of it. Big changes to Blood DK. Some of them being that we no longer have like an Unholy Blood rune, Unholy rune, Frost rune. We do have Death runes. All of our runes, if you watch my previous videos, are in fact Death runes. But there's also a problem right now in the alpha where we cannot actually regenerate our runes for any talents. Usually we have talents that help us regen our runes or give us like 10% faster regeneration to our runes. We can still get like a lot of runic power by using Blood Strike. The cool thing you notice here is like the nameplates actually have the debuffs. Like my Blood Plague is actually visible right now on top of the enemies, which is really freaking cool. And that's something that Blizzard has recently added. I don't think they have that now. I mean, I have it right now with my tiny plates, but that's about it. But yeah, I mean, the HP is really, really high right now. And I'm not sure if that's just intended. You know, sometimes Blizzard likes to make everything really high and then bring it low and then kind of, you know, bring it down the middle. But I do remember them mentioning at a previous, I think it was like a BlizzCon, might have been 14? Definitely was 14 or 13. I think it was 14, where they said that they're looking to actually do like one expansion with a squish, one without a squish, then one with a squish again. So right now we're basically probably looking at the expansion that doesn't have a squish, whereas 8.0 will have one. That's just my guess. But yeah, right now I just kind of came back from my error and I'm like, where am I going? I'm like, DC, I'm sorry. I'm like, oh, let's 180. Okay, there we go. Now we're going the right way. We have a 104 Mistweaver healer with us here. Also a mage, a boomkin, and a windwalker for DPS. Bosses went down really quick. They melted. Right now, this is obviously not tuned properly. As you can see now, I mean, the look of Black Rook Hold is very, very dark. It's a very dark and gloomy place to be. I believe this is, I forgot where this is located in Broken Isles. I think, Al-Shara, you know, the Druid place, I think is where it is. So there's Lord Etheldrin Ravencrest. Don't even know who that is. No idea. I'm pretty sure one of you guys will tell me the lore. But these guys, you know, right now, I just feel like as a Death Knight, I didn't fear for my life. But a little bit about my rotation and my abilities that I currently have on me. Now, Marrow Rend is like one of my bread and butter abilities. It costs 2 runes. And you'll see me hit that whenever it's available. At the end of the dungeon, I was pretty much trying to time it perfectly. It gives you, what is it called? Bone Shield charges. As you can see in the upper right-hand corner, you can get 10 max Bone Shield charges. So Marrow Rend keeps stacking those Bone Shield charges, and for every Bone Shield charge I have 25% more HP. So you can think about it. I think, no, is it 25? No, it's 5%. I'm sorry. It's 5% more HP. 10 stacks max, so 50% more HP. Right now, we're facing, I believe this is called the amalgamation. This guy basically does like a one-shot ability to a tank. You just got to kind of have like active mitigation up. Well, not really one shot. I mean, I'm not going to die because I'm a Death Knight. I pop AMS and laugh at mobs. That's just the way it is. What is his name? The Amalgam of Souls. There we go. So I basically try to tank him as close to a corner as I can. He drops these little, like, swords in the middle of the room. You can see right now he just turned and put one over, I think by the Boomkin. He just moved out of it. That little swirly swirl. You want to get out of the way of that. Soul Echoes, I think he basically just creates like an echo of your own character, and then you have to move away from people or else it does AoE damage. That was the main ability there that I blew my cooldown for. As you can see right now, I have 2.5, 2.3 million HP. Which is pretty absurd. This is technically here's Reap Soul. That's the ability. For this one, I kept up my my Blood Shield, my Death Strike, and I have my Blood Shield. I believe it's called the buff for me to have that little absorb of mine. I did pop Vampiric Blood, which got me to about almost 4 million HP. My two-hander, my artifact weapon, also on proc, gives me a 15% HP buff. So you have that, you stack that with your with your Vampiric Blood, and you're basically one big sponge. And yeah, so going more about the rotation. So these three elves are going to open up these doors, and we're going to just like go right through. I understand now. You must find Kurtalos. You must put a stop to this. And this guy goes, first time nobody dies. People usually die. Previous dungeons I've done, people have died to just standing around the circular thingies. Yeah, it's normal. And now we're going to go upstairs in Black Rook Hold. Once again, this is a scaled 110 dungeon currently. It looks like we're going to go through some nice little library here. Nice little library. You know, get some reading done. What is that? Little bit of Dungeons and Dragons going on the table right there. I don't even know what's going on. So we're going to encounter some little spiders here. I'm going to grab them all. So basically, Blood Strike is back, I believe. I think Blood Strike used to be an ability back in the day. Correct me if I'm wrong. But Blood Strike puts up Blood Plague, which is that one debuff you see on everybody whenever I'm tanking all the mobs or the creatures or whatnot. And that can be spread via Blood Boil or Death and Decay. Now, a real cool part about my spec currently, or my ability spec, is that I'm spec'ing something called Ossuary, I believe it's called. And Marrow Rend basically does AoE damage while you're standing in your own Death and Decay. So you're going to see me try to lay down Death and Decay with a big trash mobs and hit Marrow Rend, and then it'll do just AoE damage as long as you're standing within your Death and Decay. And you'll see a lot of Paladin tanks also will have that ability, or excuse me, all tanks in general. I know Paladin tanks, we have something called Blessing, Hammer Blessing, or Blessing of Hammer, or Blessed Hammer, I think it is. And we put down our Consecration, and as long as we're standing in our Consecration, and we hit like Blessed Hammer, it'll AoE everything within an 8-yard radius. I'm going to do a little mini big pull here. So you can see I opened up with a Blood Strike. Don't have any of my AoEs up yet, but I did Blood Boil. There we go. So I'm Blood Boiling, AoE Death Grip. I am spec'd into a talent that reduces my Gorfine's Grasp by about 60 seconds. Windwalker done died on that one. So I'm still getting the hang of trying to tank as a Blood DK. Because, like I said, right now the big trouble is we don't have any regen with our runes, so I have to kind of wait on abilities, and I'm really fucking impatient. So I'm trying to spam all the buttons that I possibly can. I know the one talent, because they changed the talents for Death Knights. My next video is actually going to be discussing the new Blood Death Knight talents as well as the animations for Blood DK. You'll notice that before this change, if you watch other people's videos, there was a whole entire ability line in which we had regen abilities. One of them was you have 1 extra death rune, so now you have 7, and you regen your runes 10% faster. There's another one. There was like, it's kind of like Runic Empowerment, Runic Corruption, but like reworked. So I was able to use my battle res there. I think I had to click it. I don't know why. I kept spamming my, what is it, like mouse 8 button, and I couldn't actually get it to work. Anyway, so these trash packs are kind of brutal. One of these trash packs, you'll notice that there's like archers that keep shooting. They hurt a lot. And I can't grip them, and when they target whoever they want, and I'm just here trying my best to just AoE everything. So Death Strike now requires Runic Power, I believe 40 Runic Power. So you don't need runes for Death Strike. Runic Power is generated through, I believe, Marrow Rend, Blood Strike, and I forgot one other ability. My number 3, I didn't really use it enough. It's actually called, where is it? It's called Bone Storm. Yes, Bone Storm is a new ability, which currently has the Jade Rushing Wind, I guess, animation. So it kind of looks really bad. I think I popped it at some point. You'll see it happen. I just forget about that ability. I don't know why. But this dungeon looks really cool. It didn't really remind me of, people were like, oh, well, this is just Shadowfang Keep. I'm like, not really. Just because the animation was for Shadowfang Keep, or not the animation, the still picture or the intro picture for the dungeon, whatever you want to call it, was Shadowfang Keep, doesn't mean this is Shadowfang Keep. So this guy looks like some kind of commander. Commander Shemda Shon? Shemda Shon? He is currently not wanting to allow me to go upstairs. I will save you, my queen. Yes. Blood Plague, spread that shit around. And you know what? The Blood Plague actually does some pretty damn fucking good damage. I like right now. I think, you know, Death Knights and other tanks right now are going to be really well balanced in terms of AoE. I think the only tank that I can see right now that might not be AoE heavy could possibly be maybe a Brewmaster, but Keg Smash does hit a lot. I know Warriors got improved because Revenge hits everything, and that's amazing. Like, Revenge hits everything in an 8-yard radius. Or I think it's just everything that's in front of it. I think it's 8-yard radius. So Warriors got their AoE improved. Not like they really needed it. We're going to clear the boss while this Windwalker, I think, runs back. Now, the next boss, her name is Ilsilanus Ravencrest? No idea what the story is on her. You know what? While I'm doing this commentary, I'm just going to Google. I'm going to Google these characters, and I'm going to read about them. Illidanus, fucking Ravencrest. God damn it, man. Ravencrest, wow. Is there a wiki for this? God damn it. Krotalos Ravencrest. He was the master of Black Rook and the first leader of the Caldori resistance during the War of the Ancients. Cool, cool. We like this guy. Wait, do we like this guy? I have no idea. It is known how or when he died in the original history. In the altered history, he was assassinated by one of Ashara's servants. Wow, really? That's pretty fucking sad. So therefore, does he have anything to do with Illidan? I thought he had something to do with Illidan. Who's like Illidan's trainer? Didn't Illidan have a trainer? Who's this chick? How do you pronounce it? Ilisana Ravencrest. Let's see. It's Ilisana Ravencrest. I can't even find this chick. Yeah, there's like no backstory on this person. Maybe I'm probably spelling it wrong. Am I spelling it wrong? I know, this is really unprofessional of me, right? I'm like kind of like looking at all these names as I'm currently tanking. Returning to her ancestral home, she has... God damn it, why did I scroll down? Anyway, so for her, the one ability that she does that hurts tanks a lot is called Vengeful Shear. You have to have active mitigation up. She'll cast Vengeful Shear. You pop a cooldown. Then you need active mitigation up for something called, I think, Blade Barrier or Brutal Barrier. She'll cast it. You'll see it. And I basically try my best to keep Death Strike up for that, but I pretty much failed. Yeah, I have no idea who this chick is. Like, Ravencrest's daughter. And at this point, I DC'd, or I clit errored, as we call it. Ilisana. Come on, Ravencrest. You gotta find her somewhere. No, man. Nothing. Nothing on the Ravencrests. Who was the person who trained Illidan? That's what I'm trying to find out. Who trained Illidan? Ravencrest became the former patron of Illidan Stormrage. Oh, so he did become the formal patron of Illidan Stormrage after recruiting Illidan to help him track down Broxigar. So him and Illidan had some little story. So what happens is when you come back from a clit error, excuse me, you don't see anyone. You're basically phased out. You might see the boss eventually. You might see the rest of your team, but sometimes you come in and you just don't see anybody. And it's really... Yeah, I'm just like DC. Tanks DC a lot in here. Yes, they do. There she is. There she is. Yeah, I don't know. I'll definitely find out who she is. I will get to the bottom of this. If anyone else knows who the hell she is, type it in chat. I could probably just log on right now and check out who she is. You know what? I'm going to do that. I'm going to log on. You might actually hear double music right now really quick as I log in and check her out. Because I'm logging in as the video is playing in the background. So yeah, I'm tanking stuff, and I got to keep up active mitigation, and stuff is happening, and all that good jazz right there. All right, cool. Dungeons, Black Rook Hold. Who is she? The daughter of Lord Ravencrest, imprisoned for millennia in the Vault of the Warden shortly after the War of the Ancients, found herself free after Maeve released the Demon Hunters from their prison. Oh, okay. Returning to her ancestral home, she has sacrificed everything, including her very soul, to defend what she could not during the War of the Ancients. All right, cool. So, all right, so that's the daughter. That's fucking little Ilsana. or something. Is that what you want to call it? Little Illidan Ravencrest. You remember her? She used to play at the park on the swings and stuff like that. I'm not a creeper, I swear. So during this fight, she eventually goes into some sort of air phase, and she just I-beams somebody, and you have to, like, you have to basically kite the beam, but I didn't kite the beam because I'm a boss, and I just pop AMS and cooldowns, and I'm a Death Knight with, like, 9 million HP, so nobody really cares what happens to a DK. I remember my first time doing this dungeon, I 4-manned it. It was just me and 3 DPS because we couldn't find a healer to jump into the queue. I thought that was pretty awesome. But yeah, these guys that were with me on this run, they were actually like, oh my god, are you Towelliee? Someone in my chat's telling me you're Towelliee. Because like I said, I did this while, this is in like my off-stream WoW gameplay. I'm trying to make, I'm trying to go back to making YouTube videos more interesting with just me kind of talking to you guys out there on YouTube, not me talking to my stream and then trying to talk to you at the same time without you knowing that I'm talking to you, but the stream really knows that I'm talking to you, but not talking to you. I don't know if that made sense. Yeah, anyway, sure. So, yeah, so little Illidan Ravencrest, little daughter. There we go. So, I wonder what we're doing in Black Rook Hold. Since Kurtalos is the master, like, why are we here? Like, I guess this place is important because it has history from the War of the Ancients? Not sure. So, we see a little bit of these, like, little demons in here. Little bit of the Legion bastards are in here. Little Jaina Dreadlords might be walking around for all we know. Now, these little mobs are pretty cool. I think they just, I don't know if it's a cast, what are they called? Worm tongue scavengers? Yeah, they actually get really big and they hurt a lot. So I always decide, why not just pull a bunch of them? And there we go. I'm drastically trying to put my Marrow Rend up. There we go. Marrow Rend hits everything within my Death and Decay. Pretty awesome. Some other boomkin. I think he Starfalled and all that fell around us. There you go. That guy's big and angry. He's pounding on me. That's what she said. And it's really hurting. But I'm all good. I'm all good. I actually have a lot of fun doing this dungeon. I haven't really tracked how much experience you get from dungeons to see if dungeon leveling is actually viable in Legion. So I will try to make a video on that probably when we come back from Alpha vacation. If you didn't know, on the 21st, which is Monday, the Alpha is taking I guess a Christmas vacation, probably because the devs and server guys won't be there as much to provide support. So that's unfortunate, but it's something that we're going to have to deal with. It's no big deal. No big deal. Deal with it. No big deal. Deal with it. There we go. Come on, man. Grasp everything in there. I think I already did. But they're not Murlocs. But once again, dungeon is pretty fun. Blood Death Knight tanking is pretty easy now that all the runes are just death runes. I mean, that's probably the biggest change to DKs overall. I think what made me not want to play a Death Knight in WoD or in Mist of Pandaria or Cataclysm, last time I really played DK was Wrath of the Lich King for like gold GDKP runs, was the fact that I had to manage my runes, and I thought it was a stupid, tedious system where everyone else thought that, oh, it's very skillful. You have to have skill to manage your runes. No, you don't. You just have to wait for the ones to pop up that you need, and then you have to have an add-on that there's already an add-on that tells you, pop this, pop that. This rune is available, so this ability is available. If you need Death Strike, it will be available in like 3 seconds. At least with, this system, I could just kind of, figure out how many runes I have available with a weak aura or something, and have a little runic power bar underneath my tune, like I kind of have right now, that tells me maybe like numbers, like what, I know I had a cool weak aura for my warrior on EU, where every time I had more than like 60 rage, the color of the rage bar would change, indicating that I am currently able to use like shield block. So I thought that was really cool. I might do the same thing for this Death Knight once I create him, or actually, well, Rick Roll is already created. Once I, do all my things on the live servers, when Legion comes out, I'll probably make a weak aura that just kind of has a number on it. And when that number is over 40, bam, I know Death Strike's available. And, there's some fights where you have to hold on to Death Strike for an active mitigation ability. Once again, your Blood Strike and your Marrow Rend. Marrow Rend is a new ability. It's like a little vicious strike. And I am specting the blood worms. Blood worms are back. I don't know if you've noticed that. Those little worms get big, then they fucking pop and they heal you for a shit ton and they do a lot of damage. So this guy, his name is Smasher, Smash Spite the Hateful. I don't know what this guy does. I'll be completely honest with you boys. I have no idea what he just smashes his sword. He does like a knockback ability called Earth something. Earth Shaking Stomp, that's all I see. That's really all I notice that he does. I'm looking around the room. I'm trying to figure out what else could possibly be going on during this fight. Once again, this is also Alpha. So these fights could not be either correctly tuned or the abilities are not all yet implemented as of right now. Because all he's doing is shaking stop. I think I actually DC eventually from here. Oh, there we go. Clit error. Clit error. See, if Twitch allowed me to, I would wish I had a clit error emote. Because that's all I get during the alpha. And then once the alpha's over, I can go back to having like normal emotes. Then not one's called clit error. In which I'll probably get banned for. There we go. We're back. He's pretty much dead by the time I come back. Come on, drop something good, you big oaf. Nothing. So the main thing right now about doing dungeons is dungeons give you those clusters of potentiation, which give you about 100 to 150 artifact power. Like a glove. And the artifact power through dungeons might be really powerful. Because I think really hardcore guilds are going to be, you know, forced by their GMs to spam the fuck out of normal, heroic, and challenge mode dungeons to get as many of those clusters as possible to unlock all of your talents. I mean, I'm already able to unlock 3 or 4 talents by just spamming dungeons at level 101. So unless Blizzard implements some sort of weekly cap, then I'm not sure how this is going to turn out in terms of progression. Because, you know, there was a couple of, like, mixed, you know, commentary at BlizzCon. I remember Ian Hazakostas, I think that's how you say it, Hazakostas, god damn it, whatever, he drinks beer. He stated that it might take, you know, half a year, 6 months to fully unlock the power of your artifact weapon. Whereas one of the design guys, I forgot his name, Luis something, he had glasses, I'm pretty sure he was Spanish. He had a Spanish accent, like he was from Spain, I believe, or maybe Portuguese, Brazil, not sure. I'm not trying to be racist here, god damn it. And he mentioned that, you know, sometimes, you know, hardcore players really surprise Blizzard, and he wouldn't be surprised if someone does it in less than 6 months. He said maybe like a month. And I mean, for progression guilds, I'll take like Serenity. Let's take Serenity as an example. They're, you know, if they were Vegas odds, they would be predicted to have world first probably in every tier. Because they're basically, you know, the best that came out of Method, plus, you know, people from like Midwinter, like Sloopbag, etc. Guys like that in that guild, they're probably going to be like, all right, well, we have to spam dungeons, heroics, and mini raids and world bosses, and we have to farm rares until they drop everything we need. That's it. Pretty much. All right, so here we go. Let me know what you guys think about that, though, man. That actually might prevent guilds, top guilds, from from funneling gear to each other, because they have to concentrate on their artifact power on one character to maximize it, rather than funneling gear to the one tune. I just thought about that. Anyway, another story. Lord Cortalos Ravencrest. So he has one ability that he basically puts a debuff on me as the tank, where I don't know who this Laturlos guy is, whatever. Where he makes me, my maximum HP gets lowered by a certain percentage. You'll see it on my debuff bar in a little bit. This is like a two-phase fight. So we're facing Cortalos Ravencrest. You gotta basically stand out of the way of that beam. That other dude basically shoots a beam down the middle and it does like 2 million damage. You want to stay out of that. I got 2 stacks of that right now. So you see my HP is going down. Oh no, from 1.6 to 1.3 million. Ravencrest, you worthless tusk. 10,000 years have not been kind. Now you. So now some guy called Dentalionics or something. What am I? This is not my ancestors. Elisana, no, forgive me. See, I don't know what's happening in here. Is that his soul? Is that his soul trying to protect the Black Rook hold? Are we just trying to kill Jaina? I mean, this Dreadlord. I swear to God, that wasn't a spoiler alert. I was just fucking joking. That's really not Jaina. But I cleared it again. I'm back. There we go. Get in there. Yay! Dreadlord's Guile. He basically disappears. He also leaves this nice little cloud on the floor, where if you step into it, you fall asleep. So you basically rotate around the room like Demuru. I basically could just AMS and stand in it, but whatever. So it's like Demuru's little beam. You just kind of like run around in circles in the right spots. He comes out right in the middle. I leave my Death and Decay. I try to bust out my Marrow Red stacks to 6. By the way, you do get a buff. You'll see me hover over it. There is a buff while you're fighting this guy. Dentalionics. God damn it. Which you get damage increased by 300%, healing done by 300%, and maximum HP increased by 300%. So the reason why you see my HP is 64 million right now is because of that. I'm going to look for this fucker in the database here. Italian axe. Let's see it. I can't even find this fucking guy. These guys are just there. You know what? Once again, I'm logging into WoW. Yep, I'm logging into WoW. I'm going to tell you what I find out about this guy. Really quick. I'm going to tell you what I find out. Hopefully it's not pretty. So right now, basically the same thing repeats. He disappears. We go around in a circle. And a bunch of other shit happens. He leaves the clouds on the ground that you step in, you sleep. Get out of the way of them. Move in a circle. Pretty easy encounter. Pretty easy fight. Nothing really too crazy. Actually, they don't have anything for this guy. Yeah, they don't have anything for this dude that comes out of nowhere. Weird. He must be a mystery. He's a mystery. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this dungeon. It's been really fun finally getting a Legion dungeon out to you guys. Because I can't really do it while I'm streaming because so much shit happens like a DC a lot, like I have this entire time. And I'm not really too keen on Death Knight rotations, but I'm pretty sure I got the hang of it. It should be pretty simple right about now. So he dies. He's done. We get our reputation increased with the guild. Everyone gets their little clusters. I got my cluster, the Jewel of Brilliance. That one I think gives you a little bit more artifact power. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what you guys think about the video. Ignore all the bugs, ignore the crashes, ignore the clit errors, and just let me know what you think about the environment, the bosses. I know Elsana's model is not currently done yet, but this has been Towelliee on YouTube, twitch.tv/Towelliee. Catch me on the stream, guys. We're still rocking alpha until it's done. I swear to God, I'm going to stick with it every single second of the way. You guys have been great. Thank you for all the support. Like, favorite, do all that shit where you tell your friends that, I'm cool, and you subscribe and all that good stuff, and you click on all my links and my information, and what do? You just thumbs up. Thumbs up, guys! Thumbs up! Woo! Oh, I gotta go by. What am I looking at right now? I think I'm looking at Ray decomposition. I'm talking to this guy who just got that mount. I don't think he really got that mount. Psst, noob.